Your party leader is also believing that his party needs to fill the candidate, and of course you've said the doors are closed for younger people.
The only thing we are saying, let that candidate not be William Ruto.
Okay.
In fact, William Ruto is best fit vying on his UDA.
Party.
He might get something, but on ODM,
yeah,
that is the time I'll vie as a presidential candidate on ODM, and I'll defeat William Ruto.
Did you listen to the Hot Breakfast this morning? Here's what you missed.
Sasa hivi ndani ya studio tuko na jamaa wa nguvu sana. His name is Amisi. Napendanga pia kutumia ingine Luyai, and of course a member of Parliament kutoka maeneo ya Saboti Constituency, mtu wangu wa power. Unajua it's happening at a time when the headlines zinapit your party leader against the president. Na wanaulizana, was it a raw deal? Mtu wangu wa power, what do you read from what's currently happening? Are you and your party leader and your party in government ama mmeanza kutapaka kwa sababu 2027 mnataka kujisimamia?
Wameanza hao. Kwa sababu I'm not in broad based. Hao ndio wanatapaka ndani ya broad based. Na niliwaona. Niliwaona.
Ukawaambia namna gani?
Nikawaambia you cannot trust William Ruto, and broad based is it cannot be recovered. It is irredeemable. It is a government that you cannot redeem. Is beyond repair.
So, reason
hiyo ndio maana unasikia watu wanasema tumeenda tu kukula tutoke.
We grab our plates, we go eat and scatter.
So probably they're almost full. They're almost full.
Yeah.
Sasa wanatoka wakitapika huko nje. Yeah.
But you saw it coming.
I saw it coming. I've told people have called us rebels. Now you know who are rebels.
Yeah.
Rebels are those who are in broad-based. No, so we are the true ardent engine of ODM ideals and the principles as it was formed. Yeah.
And do you think just the other day you had the remarks by the ODM leader Raila Odinga that ODM has now declared that it will not fill the candidate come 2027 general election?
He needs to clarify that because two things involved.
Yeah.
ODM is trying to play chess game.
Yeah.
And it may not work for this election. Why? Because what Baba is basically doing is watching how political events unfold. In that he wants to see where are the people. If the people become increasingly against the government, then he wants to opt out.
Yeah.
But if he sees there is a small support towards the government, then he'll say, then he can add on his own support and make a deal for a coalition. It can backfire on the face of ODM because people might just go on without Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
People may decide to say, you know what, we want to remove William Ruto with or without Raila. So it is become, in fact, I had given an ODM an ultimatum.
I told them
that by January they should have left the government.
Yes.
Because beyond there, coalitions are going to form, Kenyans are going to move, and you will basically remain with the delegates. You will only be meeting delegates, but no rally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how Kanu vanished out of the political limelight. They were, even now as you speak, there are still Kanu delegates all over the country. True. Yeah. They just become leaders of the party across various electoral areas. But the force of the movement will have taken off by other people.
And speaking of the movement, are you talking about Kenya Moja?
Kenya Moja is one of those fears movement that are coming up. And you know I'm the mastermind. I brought these gentlemen together.
Yeah.
I told them, you guys, it seems that the party has waged war against us. You cannot get a seat if you are a young person like me. Some of us have delivered the party from a very, very hostile ground twice. But whenever there are opportunities in the party, they bypass you and they give to the old people.
Yeah.
And you can see even the people who are selected to go to the government are basically those who have been there long time.
And they're being recycled
over and over again. So
Yeah.
where will the opportunity of the young people come from? Because these young people who have championed their own career without godfather, without anybody, they need to be given a chance to also showcase their leadership, so that we don't create a generational gap whereby between the old and the young there is no experience. That when the old go, these young people will not have experience of running the government. So when the old have left, who will run the government? If they are not allowing these young people in the government, in the position of high authority, like cabinet ministers,
Yes.
so that they gain the requisite experience necessary
and hone their skills.
Exactly. Sharpen their skills in terms of running a government.
Yeah.
Where will they get?
Yeah.
When you continuously block, even leading a committee of the house, you cannot. If you are a young person, you remember when Raila selected me to be a chair. And those who are around Raila told him, no, he's young, he's alone in Trans Nzoia, we cannot give him.
Yeah.
Just like that, so we give to an old person. So, this, and of course you've seen Babu on the other side, Sifuna, definitely. These are people of like-minded, people who have supported the party. There will be no rally in Nairobi without Babu,
Yeah.
And you've seen what Sifuna has done over years for the ODM party. And you'll see how the likes of Kaluma will be abusing us morning to evening.
Yeah.
When you ask him what he has done for the party, nothing, absolutely nothing, just being a candidate on the party ticket.
Yeah.
So this is the things that we've struggled with, and many more people who can't come out, but they're cheering you from outside. You walk in Parliament, and people are saying, yes, we are with you. Those both from UDA and both from ODM. So that means we are doing the right thing. We are carrying the mind of most Kenyans, and that's why I said this is the only force. This is the movement.
Is it a party issue, or is it a national issue, and maybe something that is being repeated or witnessed in other parties as well? Or is it just, are you talking specifically for ODM?
It starts with the party. By the time you are being given a party ticket for you to go to the ballot, so you will not get a chance to get elected if in the first place you do not have the party ticket. And of course the parliamentary leadership is a party issue, because parties propose names of those people to lead in parliament. And as much as we have an PG, but those are names that are already proposed, agreed upon, and passed just as a ceremonial. So you find it starts with the party, how the party recognizes that we need to fill up the generational gap. We need to mix the old and the young, the experience and the energetic, so that once the old get out, these young people will also take over leadership. But we are not waiting, because that chance will not come. So that's why we have taken the bull by its horns. We will move. If the old don't want to leave, we will force them out.
So are you going to force them out by sticking to the party, or are you ensuring that you come together and do away with the party that has refused to embrace the younger generation?
There are so many ways of skinning a cat.
But what's the strategy right now as we're speaking?
The strategies is never shared in the public, but the cat will be skinned.
Come rain, come sunshine.
Yes, we must, because the time has come to disturb the stubborn status quo. And the status quo is that over the years since Moi left government, we've had basically the same individuals exchanging roles. Some are on opposition in one election, the next election some are in the government, and they exchange roles. And that's why you wonder, every time there is an election, after election, these people come together so quickly. And people are wondering, how could you just, and they'll say the manifestos are the same. They are not the manifestos, it's the individuals who are the same.
The script.
Kalonzo Musyoka, I think, joined government before I was born. Musalia Mudavadi was elected MP and became a minister when I was 3 years old.
Ruto, who's the president?
Ruto probably
since the 90s.
Since 90s.
Yeah.
And they're still there.
Yeah.
We can give it for Baba because he was in prison for 9 years.
Just 9 years?
That's why we can forgive him.
So you see, they're the same old. are people.
Exactly.
And if they've not been able
Yeah.
to bring the so-called mabadiliko
Yes.
over those years,
When
still-
they had just chance,
And
when
they
they were in
on
position
energy.
of high authority.
and they were given the chances when they were younger.
Yes.
But now when they took over power, they don't want to extend the same grace to the younger people.
And that's why we are saying, look at the American history. America has exchanged presidents. You cannot even count how many presidents have served in America
Over 40,
since independence of Kenya.
Yeah.
If you can just compare from Kenyan independence 1963
to
and the U.S. president, maybe you'll do that arithmetic later when I leave the studio.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked because you'll find many presidents in U.S. versus maybe 3 or 4 of Kenya.
Yeah.
And that's why the countries are stagnating. You know, you need to new dynamics. You need new ideas, paradigm shift.
Yeah.
People come in. Like when I went to Saboti as a member of parliament, for example, I found dilapidated schools. I found a system that was not consuming well the available resources in terms of bursary and educational kitty.
Yeah.
And I reorganized it. Right now, you go to Saboti and they tell you this is the first time people are getting bursary since the constituency was created. This is the first time that they're feeling an MP close range. This is the first time all schools have been built and equipped across in equality and equity across all tribes, irrespective of where you come from, irrespective of the parties. They have seen real leadership. Why? Because they embraced change. If they continued with the old leadership, they'll not be having the same conversation we are now. So for them to allow a young person to take over, they have experienced the change. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, they are giving me another chance to be an MP for another term.
Yeah.
So that will make me 15 years an MP. I'll tell them after 15 years, no, thank you. I appreciate, I respect you, but I'll have now to go up. I'll have to do something else. And I leave somebody else. Probably he has even a better idea than Caleb. That's how you progress a nation.
Okay.
And even if I get a chance to become a president, 5 years or 10 years is enough for you to make, even if it's a small change, and they leave somebody else. That's how a nation progresses. But if you condemn a nation to 3 or 4 individuals exchanging roles, how will these new ideas from young, and that's why the streets is flooded with young people demanding change, demanding freedom of expression, demanding justice, demanding social equity. There are seen things that are happening across the world. We are in the age of technology. TikTok, X, Facebook, artificial intelligence, things that are being developed. Nations are developing technologically, and nations are advancing. Globalization has come up with this economic fastest, and people are even changing the economic pillars and re-energizing and positioning their countries in the community of nations for the purposes of developing. But they are seen as we are stuck with the old mentality. The nation is stuck. The kids are in the streets, idle, jobless. The university is collapsing every time. If you look at from
it's
January,
a nation in crisis.
If you look at today alone, is the nation in crisis. I didn't tell them to write this.
No.
I'm not the one who told the nation to come up with this headline. But they are talking my language. They are saying the nation is in trouble.
Health sector.
Who are these? Who are these people who are putting the nation in crisis? The old people who have been there. That's why we are saying, can we change this headline? Can we allow fresh people to come in so that the next headline after Caleb and the team has taken over, it will be that the nation on a trajectory to become the world superpower.
Rising from the ashes.
The Kenya rising from the ashes. To compete in Singapore. These are the things we want to see. Kenyan hosting the biggest events, everything globally.
So you do believe you and your teammates, for lack of a better word, are gonna take over the regime?
Look at even how at independence, people who fought for independence, their age. Talk even Patrice Lumumba What age was he? 29.
Yeah.
And he became a prime minister.
Yeah.
And those were 1960s,
Yeah.
50s. Look at the age of all the independent freedom fighters. Look at the age
Kwame Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah, of course. Look at even Muammar Gaddafi, as much as he's not a good example of the history,
Yeah.
but he took over power at a young age.
Yeah.
Look at Burkina Faso president.
Thomas Sankara.
Thomas Sankara. And look at even the current one.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Traore
Yeah.
is relatively my age. And he's the president of our country.
And he's making moves.
He's running and he's stamping authority and he's saying Africa must arise. If the old man has taken over Burkina Faso, he will not be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So there is the energy, the innovation, the enthusiasm, and the charisma that is from a young person or a young blood that you cannot get from a tired, retiring brain.
Ruto is eyeing a second term, and your party leader is also believing that his party needs to field a candidate. And of course, you've said the doors are closed for younger people.
The only thing we are saying, let that candidate not be William Ruto.
Because it's a possibility.
There is a possibility
that William Ruto might be vying
on ODM.
On an ODM ticket?
Yes. The other day he said that he's a founder. Yes. So we are saying let that candidate
not be
William, because it will backfire so badly.
Okay.
In fact, William Ruto is best fit vying on his UDA.
Party.
He might get something. But on ODM,
yeah,
that is the time I'll vie as a presidential candidate on ODM, and I'll defeat William Ruto because he'll tell me when he became a member of ODM. Now this will not be an earthquake. It will be coupled by tsunamis, hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drought,
tornadoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It will be chaos because people will move in mass. People will move. People will now form the biggest movement to face all Moi remnants out of our political scene.
If it happens that the third force feels like still the old guns want to cling on to power, and you're forced to field your own candidates using whichever party or alliance that you will have formed, who are the likely candidates that you're going to put at the forefront to vie for the presidential seat?
All of us in the force, and I don't want you to call them third force because it's the only force. Maybe if you feel the only force is a little bit complicated, you can just say Air Force One.
Or the force.
Just call
so all
force.
of you?
All of us have capacity to become a president of the Republic of Kenya. We have the energy, the charisma. We've done exemplary. We've been rated highly in our various areas of representation. Most of us, you've seen us being even given accolades by the opinion pollsters that are around. They have rated us in our small CDF work. People who are highly intelligent, people who are educated. I'll be graduated with Masters in International Relations this Saturday on 27th at USIU. I've been doing Masters in International Relations. I graduated in the first degree in Bachelor of Commerce. Now this is my second degree. And I've been the top student in Western Region and schooled at the Starehe Boys Center. So you are talking about top brains in the Republic of Kenya demanding to be given a chance to exercise leadership. So these are not people from the streets. You are talking about Edwin Sifuna, who of course is a highly intelligent young man. He's a senator, been given an opportunity by thousands of people. One of the members who had the largest votes other than the presidential candidates. We are talking about Babu Wino, and he's also a highly intelligent young man whose mobilization skills cannot be matched. So this is a lethal team. It's a lethal team when we exercise our leadership, and when time comes that you want to flex muscles people will be running in the street helter-skelter. There will be no hiding place.
Who else are we looking at apart from the honorables?
People are out
Sifuna and Amisi
We have
and Babu?
Kibagendi, we have Barongo, we have Clive, we have Wamboka, we have Kalasinga, we have Oundo, we have Wamuchomba, and the thousands. These members, we just don't want to expose their names because they say they are still have an unfinished business with
their parties.
with their parties. Yeah, but there will be an outflux of members from all these parties when the time comes. We get calls everywhere.
Yeah.
You saw the other day I met Ses Panyako, the candidate for Malava, and he said he cannot take their William Ruto, neither can he take their Raila Odinga, but he can take their Caleb Amisi and Babu Owino, and that will be adding him marks. So that tells you the ground is listening to us. The ground is supporting us. The young people are listening and watching, because you can see the young people have been flexing their muscles to trying to find out who can salvage this nation. They have tried. They tried Okio Mtata. They have seen the train is not moving. They have tried Maraga. They have seen no. This guy needs some energy.
Yeah.
They have tried Matiang'i. You can see the blunders he's making. So the young people are still watching, and if they see these are people who are closer to us in terms of age, they understand us, and they are progressive and innovative enough to put Kenya on the right map. All these young people, once they have taken their votes and they have come out in the streets, there will be no escape route. They will put their president.
Yeah.
If that president is Caleb Amisi will be sworn in daytime at 12:30 at Kasarani, the new stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think the younger people are going to shift the way this country is going to be run come after 2027? Because we know most of them, yes, they might be vibrant right now. They might say we want leadership. What strategies do you intend to put in place to ensure that they are not swayed by the political rhetoric that has always defined our political playground?
I'm extremely hopeful that this time the youth of our generation know all these games. If these young people are not bribed not to come on the streets on the 25th of June, if these young people are not bribed to come up and demonstrate, picket, and demand justice for the ones who were killed by the government, if these young people are not stopped to demand that the finance bill be repealed, then you can be rest assured these young people are much more awake than the earlier generation. They know all these things. You try to bribe them, they could even either return you the money, or they can actually take the money and say, you will eat your money because this is our taxpayers' money, but you'll not get our votes. Remember, they have discovered that all the problems that ails this country emanates from bad politics. They have discovered. That discovery came on 25th June, period. Whatever happens from 25th June, you've seen it is totally different. Nobody mobilized these people on the street. Remember, even ODM itself used to mobilize for people to come to the street to demonstrate. But people came out on their own. And I'm telling you, these people will come out on their own on 8th, whether it is 8th or 10th of August, to say we remember the 25th of June. And let me tell you, the 25th of June anniversary of 2027, that anniversary of 2027, 25th June, when it is 2 months to the next election, that will be the boiling point. That will be the boiling point of enough is enough. This is the time. You said, let's meet at the ballot. Now we are here. You killed us on the street. Now it's time to kill you on the ballot.
Yeah.
You abducted us. You are now to abduct you on the ballot. That is the time. That is the ignition time of change. That's where Kenya is going to now undergo that metamorphosis. That is a time of renaissance. That's why I say Kenya needs a renaissance. That is going to be the time for renewal, renaissance, When Europe underwent Renaissance, it forego all the old traditional ways of governance, of economic development, and adopted new technology, advance, and now Europe has never looked back. And that 25th of June, the anniversary, is the day that Kenya is not going to look back. It is a day of change. It is going to be a mass movement of people saying, enough. These people, we are not going to demonstrate post 2027. That once we put people in leadership, they'll be there for 5 years. Now it is this time that no young youth will die on the street demonstrating for bad leadership. No youth are going to be abducted. Those are the time we will have a commemoration of those who died in the struggle. And we will say that your death was never in vain. We are going to pay it on the ballot. That we have refused to be killed on the street. And we want to kill all these people on the ballot. That is a day of reckoning. That is a day you will know that when change has arrived, nobody can stop an idea whose time has come. That will be 25th of June.
Okay. Like the supporters of the current regime indicating that the elections of 2027 must be won by hook or by crook, whichever way, including even if it's to try and corrupt the results.
Kicks of a dying horse.
The last kicks of a dying horse.
They will always kick. They'll say, I'll get out no matter what. Yeah, but you've been strangled. They are just migutu ndo zinapiga kwa maji. But they've been strangled. Wamekabwa. You know, the way election is designed, the IBC infrastructure, it does not allow room for rigging. That are fallacy. In a polling station where we have 6 candidates, the presidential candidates, and there are more than 2, the governor candidates, there are more than 2, the senator, the women rep, the MP, and the MCA in one polling station somewhere in Nyeri. How will you still vote for only one person? How? And the Gen Zs are taking it live as it happens.
Yes. As the counting happens.
That's why I said things change on 25th of June.
Yeah.
The Gen Zs are going to cover it live. In fact, when you are voting, it will be live. They'll be counting people as they line up to vote. By 6 p.m., Gen Z will have already given the results. What IBC will be doing is just formalizing the results that are already out there.
Yeah. As the counting happens,
it
will be recorded and
transmitted live. The range will be seen. By 7 p.m., even Donald Trump will have seen our results. And he will say, can Kenya have a new president?
Yeah. That's what you're hoping for.
And the world will have seen. There is the time for stealing election were over. And remember, even when Moi had all the infrastructure of IBC, he still went home with this project Uhuru. When people refuse, it does not even need IBC. When people refuse, you don't even need IBC. Moi went home with a very fake IBC.
Yes.
Very not even a technological advanced IBC. But he still went home. People just say Moi must go and his project.
Because his time was up.
And he was there smiling. I'm telling these people who are around William Ruto, you will see William Ruto smiling and giving power at Kasarani. You will not believe. They will not believe. Most cabinet ministers I've talked to who are doing Moi's time, they tell me that they thought Moi has a secret card. They actually believed you cannot defeat Moi until they saw him smiling, giving power. And that's how they were left Kwamata. So these people around Ruto thinking he has any different thing. This is in a bourgeoisie society. Even him as a bourgeoisie is fearing destruction of his property. He's fearing his investments. He wishes a better country so that his investments are also safeguarded. He is not, if you're fighting from the forest, you have nothing to lose. But this is a person who has something to lose. That's why Uhuru gave out power. Because in a bourgeoisie society, you are very afraid of losing.
your investments.
Your investments.
Yeah. So you believe that hakuna venye Ruto anarudi 2027?
Anajua yawezi ita mkutano ya Kinoska Sudi awaambie mmejua siendi, hapana. Atawaambia tu my friend, this thing hakuna mali inaenda, to keep them fair enough, but he knows it is over, it is done. Let me just few properties here to buy nini penye nitaretire. He knows he's going. Na
hii hulabaluya 7 year term.
A 7-year term is not possible because you need a referendum. Now, who is ready to go to a referendum now? Which government is going to a referendum now? And where is the money? So that is also another fallacy. Cannot happen. Not now. Not in this. And again, I said the events of 25th June changed this country forever, because they are also sure that should you do something bad, these young people will go on the street, and if they go on the street, it will not be business as usual.
Yeah, amazing. So mbona mjatoka ODM?
Kwa nini kwa tutoke ODM?
Kwa sababu amkubaliani na policies zao, mkubaliani na agenda yao. Sasa hizi mnasema wazee wanakataa kuwapatia fursa ya kuongoza, muda ndio unayoyoma.
Lakini nani alikuambia ODM tu ni wazee? Kuna vijana pia huko.
Mbona mtaki kuondokea basi?
Kabisa. Why should you leave? What have you done?
Mtengeneze chama chenyu.
Why? But ODM is our party. We are just going to chase people out of ODM.
Lakini hamtoki ODM.
Tunaenda kufukuza tu watu wale tunaona. In fact, some of these people have made Raila lose the election 5 times. They are the people who have actually behind Raila's fame. We don't want to name them. Now, people know these people. They know when they see them talking one another, your days are numbered.
Yes.
So we are going to chase these guys out of ODM. We get a good ODM that is going to capture power.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your upcoming graduation.
Thank you very much.
Itakuwa Jumamosi umesema.
Na muiweke live kabisa watu waone. Hii si ni ile nimeenda class. Wacha mtu anatoka ananunua gown anasema he has graduated.
Zile ya Uganda.
Sio zile. I can name all my classes, classmates. I can name all my lecturers. I did all assignments. I did all mid-term exams, mid-semester, end-semester, and I have 3.913 out of 4.
Your design.
Yeah,
lakini sasa hii masomo ya siku hizi manake we see the illiterate are the ones who are actually closer to power. They are the ones who are actually acing it in life, yet the educated are languishing in poverty. Yes. They're in destitution.
You have actually the nation in crisis. The top here is education. And I'll give you an example. Asian countries, they are called the Association of Southeast Asian Nations.
Yeah, the Asian tigers.
Yes, we are talking the Singapore, we are talking of the Malaysia, we are talking of Taiwan, South Korea, Philippines, Indonesia, Brunei. You know, those are Asian countries at some point in their history. And they are heterogeneously related in terms of the social makeup with Kenya. We have different tribes, different regions, and our economic backbone more or less the same, agricultural based, textile based, and we were both colonized by the British.
The Brits.
Yeah. So we have the same ties, the same history and heritage. So where did they take off? One, it was a leadership, composition of a leadership. It was not one president. It was a team of leaders who came together. They swept corruption out of the system, that it was so painful for a government official to involve himself in corruption.
Yeah.
So the first thing is that every penny by the government is going to the intended purpose, number one. Number two, and they made institutions work. If it is ESCC, it is working. If it's DCI, it is working.
And independently.
If it is judiciary, it is working independently.
Yeah.
And if it is parliament, it is working.
And they streamline education.
Institutionalization, they streamline. And education. That's why you see South Korea, young people at universities are developing phones that are making technologically advanced gadgets because they streamlined education.
Sisi huku bado tunaonga polisi.
Hapa sasa mnasikia mara CBC, mnasikia there is a funding model, there is capitation imekuwa, there is a CDF. This is not streamlining education.
No.
And they did what we call value addition in agricultural sector.
Yeah.
So that if you are producing tea, what else can you get out of tea?
True that.
So that you can attract maximally from the global market. These are the things that build a nation. These are the things, not abduction. Abduction don't build a nation.